possible.
Shot from distance from Kieran McFall. Last started for Derry in July 2021. He is back in business. Scored the winning penalty in the Ulster final shootout. His confidence is sky high.
Huge point, huge kick. Always had in the locker to kick long-range scores. Very, very athletic type player. And again,
last year's beaten All-Ireland semi-finalists, and they've been on quite a roll this season. Their only defeat coming in that Division 2 League final against Dublin. Actually beat the Dubs here in the regulation game. As Carl O'Connell creeps forward, Derry have everybody in position. Monaghan have brought 5, maybe 6 players inside the 20-metre line as Conor Boyle looks for support. It comes from Ryan McAnespie trying to inject some pace. Here's Mohan trying to use his power and strength, and Mohan fires over the equaliser.
Massive kick, massive start. The whole idea Monaghan are trying to do, they're bringing 6 players here out inside, as you mentioned, inside the 21, and they're trying to leave that top of the D area, which Derry tried to congest, just that little bit less congested. And the
pass being tracked by Gary Mohan. The Glen man drops it in over the top, looking for the run here of Niall Loughlin. Trying to hold off Wiley, who's taking him down. Free in. Ryan Wiley felt it was fair and square, but Loughlin had him for legs there by the looks of it, and Wiley takes one for the team.
Started brightly, Niall Loughlin. Sometimes he's the, I suppose, the secondary forward to Shane McGuigan, you know, but has already got a shot away, and I suppose has won a free for Derry on that occasion. Just fantastic. Derry played with the spine in that kick out, where they congregated all their men in the middle of the field, which Conor Glass with loads of space to break to the left and won that kick out.
Well, somebody has spoken back and spoken out of turn to Noel Mooney. He didn't appreciate it, and this has been put on a plate for Shane McGuigan, Derry's top scorer, with 221 in the championship, and there's another one, a handy one. His first long record of starting championship games, that's come to an end this evening as well. No doubt we will see him though before too long. Here's Conor McCarthy. Oh, that's a gorgeous score from McCarthy. Almost struck it in slow motion. Everybody in a Derry jersey backed off. McCarthy, I think, couldn't believe what he was seeing, and that is a beautiful equaliser.
And again, they're just doing what Derry do to oppositions. They find the spare man, you know. They brought Rory Beggan, came up. Niall Toner had to go over to Rory Beggan, the goalkeeper, which left a spare Monaghan outfield player, and that spare Monaghan outfield.
And the tempo. But that wide from Micheál Bannigan, Monaghan's 5th, means they've missed the chance to double their lead. Carl O'Connell looking to drive them forward. Rory Beggan has options left and right, decides to use Kieran Duffy from Latin. Here's McAnespie again, making a dart in from the right wing. Very elusive, lovely chip lift from Conor Boyle. But for a team that were well beaten the last day out, Monaghan playing with great confidence and quick hands. Bannigan to McCarthy, sitting in the pocket and kicking, scores for fun. 3 points for the wing-back from Scottstown.
That is that secret again. They're all very similar scores when it just looks like Derry get a chance to swarm and get them caught down one end.
And to come on the blind side and prevent that interception.
Was needed. Owen McAvoy was burying down his neck. The young fella, he was absolutely flying it there, and it could have been a fine interception.
Well, Gary Mohan has got about 5 minutes, maybe a little less, left in the sin bin as Monaghan play possession football, a little too close to their own goal perhaps. Rory Beggan close to over carrying, but got away with it.
immediately since Monaghan have went down to 40 men with the black card. Derry are not retreating to the back end of the defensive 45. They are pressing this game. They smell they're playing with no sweeper. They've Owen Lynch maybe back playing a sweeper, but they are pressing high up man to man, and they're going to try and look to make as much inroads as they possibly can in this 10 minutes.
Monaghan again trying to hold the ball. Ward, O'Connell, and between the two of them they work their way out into the Derry half. Players breaking right and left. Derry funneling men back. Shane Carey has some time, has some space, and Shane Carey has drilled over a brilliant score on the run. That was well worked and superbly finished.
Yeah, fantastic. Shane Carey, drafted into the panel just before throwing, and that's his second point of the game. But again, fantastic play from Monaghan. Derry putting loads of pressure on them. That man, Carl O'Connell, with the speed and the burners, was the man to make the incision through the middle of the...
Trying to get the bunch and break to work, and it hasn't. Intercepted by Heron. Here comes the support runners. McKinless goes down and wins his free.
Questioned a lot, but they are responding, and they have oodles and oodles of character, which we're seeing again tonight.
And it's their top gun, Shane McGuigan, that lands his 8th point. And the gap has been trimmed to the bare minimum as Monaghan bring in Dara McIllarney for his championship debut into the cauldron that is Celtic Park with 5.5. The D is empty and open as Brendan Rodgers gets his head up, scans inside, instead brings Kieran McFall into the game. Now Ethan Doherty looking to make something happen. Paddy Cassidy, Conor Doherty. Seemed like he was winding up there for a moment, instead decided against it. Supreme concentration now required by Monaghan as they try to mark their men, close the space. It's Ethan Doherty, it's the equaliser. Well, they waited and probed and then they struck, and Ethan Doherty pops up with his first score of the night.
And again, just what makes them that type of team they are. They're so patient in possession. You could sense what they were trying to do. Wait for the mismatch, wait for the overload in numbers. Ethan Doherty sensed that, took on the leadership and ownership. And
can he rescue them one more time, or have Derry done enough? Began picks out Conor Boyle from the kick out. Derry getting around him. The home crowd are baying for a free. It's gone Monaghan's way. Surely this will be the last attack of the game, the last chance for Monaghan to snatch an equaliser. It's the first time Derry have been in front, by the way, since the 24th minute. They've had to come from behind, and right now all the pressure back on Monaghan. Here's McManus looking to work the magic one more time. The 5 minutes of additional time are up. McAnesby back as far as Ryan O'Toole. Rory Began is ready and waiting. It's Carl O'Connell. It's on its way. It's over. Carl O'Connell has brought Monaghan back from the brink. They're level again.
Unbelievable kick from Carl O'Connell. He's had an absolutely phenomenal game in this second half. Direct running at all times for Monaghan. He has really just brought them to life, and it's just a credit to him in that second half. What a fantastic kick. When the chips were down, everybody was trying on McCarron, McManus. It was Carl O'Connell that stepped up, and a superb kick.
Well, we're not going to have a winner. Teams finish level. Michael Murphy, who's your super value man of the match after that thrilling finish?
It was coming down the straight, and it was really between one or two men. For Monaghan, I spoke about, I thought Carl O'Connell was absolutely fantastic to go to the middle of the pitch to pick up Brendan Rodgers, to do a fantastic job, to come up with that equaliser, fantastic. But over the course of that 70-minute game,